Shalom. First and foremost, we give all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, who ruled well and taught me this truth. Peace, blessings, salutations, and mercies to the elect and the one-third remnant out there listening and doing this word with all faith and sincerity scattered amongst the nations and the four corners of the earth. To you I say shalom, Lord willing, this video is edifying. And it's going to be sent around this article by the LAtimes.com. And it's entitled, Dahmer Believed He Was Satan, Defense Says. And if you don't know, now you know. Jeffrey Dahmer, recently just had a couple Netflix shows, done about him. And, basically his killings, because, this man was, as I like to say, one of the GOATs out there for serial killers, man. He GOATed forever, forever remembered for, the acts in which he committed, and, if you understand this truth, right, in its full entirety, you understand that Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, yes, God himself created Jeffrey to do these things, man, right? So, all these murders in which, he was found guilty of, the Lord put the spirit on him to do it. And the Lord chose the targets, right? Jeffrey L. Dahmer, bloody pattern of sexually motivated murder, dismemberment, and cannibalism led him to feel that he was the devil, his attorney said this Thursday. This is an old article, right? But that's what this man felt, all right? He felt that he was the devil, and he was, because he was an Edomite, right? But he was performing what you would call devilish acts, right? He was deceiving, alphabet men into luring them into his apartment where he would, kill them, drug them and kill them, and then dismember them and sometimes eat them and have sex with their organs, as sick as it was, the Lord had this man, he put the spirit on this man to do it, right? Because ultimately, that's a very, the things in which he was doing to these, Jakes, primarily, hey man, these were some horrendous, dreadful things, man. The things he would do to their bodies, after the fact, everything was done, A lot of his victims can never be buried, right? Turned a lot of them into slush. This was an evil, wicked nigga out there in the world, man. But guess what? He was created to be as deranged and sick as he was, right? He performed perfectly the things in which he was created to do. He became enamored, overwhelmed, caught up in the character in the horror movie Exorcist 3. Why? Because he could directly relate, because that's the spirit that the Lord put on him in the inside, man. The character in that movie triggered that demon in him, right? Almost like a sleeper cell, right? When that movie got played, he was activated. The character was Satan because he was a personification of evil. Attorney Gerald Boyle said in opening statement about Dahmer's sanity trial, right? And when you look into, I would say watch, the Netflix series on him or whatever. Not the one that's doing the dramatizations, but the one that's kind of giving the facts, about this dude and everything. He very well knew, what he was put on this earth to do, man. You know, he knew he was put on this earth to be evil, right? And in a sense, he almost romanticized it, right? To him, what he was doing, was he it appeased his spirit to do the things in which he was doing, right? And that's not by coincidence, man. This is Sirach 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In a time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Right? So with every killing, and guess what? He was only killing fucking, moles anyway, man. So they had it coming. They was gonna die one way or the other, right? But he did it. The things in which he did, believe it or not, appeased the Heavenly Father, man. Right? Because ultimately, that's what he wanted him to do. Right? And we gonna prove that. Because a lot of Jake, don't really understand the Heavenly Father, man. And it's a reason why you're told to fear him above everything. Right? It's a lot. Because, the Lord could really fuck you up, man. Fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance, right? These hurricanes, right? These wildfires, nuclear fire, right? All of these things are what? Created for vengeance. The teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. See? The Lord was targeting who? Wicked niggas, man. Niggas out there, living promiscuously with other men, doing things in which they ought not, receiving in themselves the recompense, of their error, right? Well, this was part of that recompense that the Lord had for them, man, right? To be in some cases cannibalized, man. They shall rejoice in his commandment. See? And that's what Jeffrey was doing, man. He turned it. We listened to the story of him, man. He had a whole ritual that he would do before he killed a nigga. He would be, almost in a trance-like state, right? Because he was in the spirit of vengeance, man. And they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. And he did not transgress, man. He carried out the acts in which, Yahweh Shema was put on his heart to do. Right? This is Proverbs 20:24. Man's goings are of Yahweh Shema Shai. How can a man then understand his own way? See? So his man's goings are of the Lord. Right? So the things in which was put in his mind to do, to these different people, right? These were thoughts from on high, man. These were divine judgments. As you can, a serial killer, right? And through the spirit, I believe, that's put out right now, not only to glorify it, but to forewarn you, okay, of what's to come on a large scale. Imagine how many serial killers gonna be walking around, running around here when shit hit the fan, right? When there is no punishment for such crimes, right? Because if he wouldn't have been locked up, he would have kept doing it. So just imagine how much more when as the society continues to collapse. And it's a lot out here now. It's just not reported, okay? But it's a lot of niggas going missing, or women, children, And the Lord only knows what happened to him, right? I see missing people signs, at this one beach I go to all the time. Different people on a pole, missing, right? There's so much shit going around in the day-to-day world that people really forgot about serial killers until this came out. Now it's on people's mind, but it's on their mind in a romanticized way because of the propaganda that Esau put out. But it ain't nothing romantic about, you know, being mutilated, being chopped up, right? Nigga head in the freezer, froze, right? Because that's the type of shit that's going down. If this was happening 40 years ago, 30, 40 years ago, what's happening now? When times have gotten worse. This is Matthew 24:12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. How much more now? What's going on now, man? One can only imagine, right? One can only imagine what's going on now. But what we do know is that it's going to continue, right? And it's going to get worse. The more people, because people already got all these demons on them, man. People already bugged the fuck out. Mental health illness is now a romanticized thing. Now it's popular. You get cool points for being mentally ill, right? For having anxiety and for having Tourette's, right? Well, there's niggas out there who's schizophrenic. There's niggas out there who suffer from personality disorders, which are nothing but demons, right? But just wait until they fully activated, man. Right? And you wonder why you see bitches getting stabbed, at bus stops, getting beat in train stations, right? It shouldn't be hard for you to imagine it being a multitude of different serial killers out there, man. Right? Waiting. Some ain't even activated yet. Just think about that. It's some waiting to hear that one part of that movie to finally be activated. He gonna get his first one tonight. Type shit, man. This Amos 3:6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city and Yahweh Bashim Yahushua have not done it? See? So the Lord's doing this. The Lord's putting the spirit out there for these people, these demons to be activated and to wreak hell, and to lay on sore strokes on the wicked, man. All right? And with that, I give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Rakakadash Wa Abba Babal and DTA.